Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm back. Sorry I wasn't able to come on yesterday, but I was feeling a bit under the weather, and I'm still feeling a bit under the weather. Oh, man, I swear. Still feeling a bit under the weather. But, gosh, we got some gossip, and I got some good news. So, remember a couple of weeks ago I talked about someone breaking in and stealing my identity, my ID, passport. And the thing about it is, I think this is a collaborative hate crime. Perhaps. I don't know. But damn, because I know for sure that there's no way that this person can do all that shit on their own. No. But I think that they might be an immigrant. Probably Filipino, I'm assuming. And their visa probably expired. They don't want to go back to where they came from. It could be, I'll put my bet on that. And they just targeted the wrong person, I guess. Perhaps they thought I wasn't going to do anything about it. But I am. I am. So, aside from the footprints, I guess it's not her lucky day, because I got her bank account information. Yeah. So, sometimes when people are too comfortable, they make really bad mistakes. At first I thought it was like some kind of spy situation. Hey, shit happens, you know what I'm saying? They're catching spies all over the damn place. But then I realized that I don't think they would make stupid mistakes like that. That's too stupid. That's too stupid. Like, you leave your footprints on the ground, and you leave your bank account connected to a credit card. That's stupid mistakes. So I don't think this person is professional. So they definitely, spy is out of the question. But then again, you know, if you're gonna spy on someone, you want someone who is you're gonna get shit from them. You know what I'm saying? That they're not that smart. No. Yeah, so that's out. But I got your bank account. And I'm pretty sure you're mad right now. But yeah, so that's the update. Small little things, but also another thing is, like, I feel like justice is being obstructed, because no matter what, I think it might be a little bit bigger than I think it might be, or maybe smaller, I don't know. But I know that I've been getting some pushback on making reports, and pushback on pushing through with certain things, and that's what makes me think that it's a minor little hate crime, stupid little shit game. But it just seems like it may be a personal issue, and this person who's impersonating as me, she's probably a freaking hoe. So, trying to tarnish my good name, because Auntie's not like that. I'm not like that. I have decency. I believe your body and your temple is holy, and that you shouldn't be, you know, spreading it with a lot of people in the world, or you should have, you know, be mindful that, you know, you create soul ties. Aside from loving God a lot, you know, at a certain point, I was a Christian minister with my own ministry, Holy Trinity Prayer House. And so I can see someone who has an issue with me, or hates my guts, or just feels like, you know, because I've had someone tell me, and I had someone tell me that everybody likes you. No, you know, it's always about you and everybody likes you. And I was kind of like, I was like really surprised by who said it, because I didn't expect that kind of, and it wasn't from any female, it was from a male. I was like, when did males start having these types of feelings about why everybody likes one person, and let alone a girl, a female? But someone made a comment like that, oh, everybody likes you, oh, no, nobody, and it was like that, oh, people like you and there's never anything really bad anybody says about you, and they got kind of vexed because of that. So I can see, and it was a male, and so I don't know what the whole problem was, but when they said that, it was a older male, and I was like, that's weird. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or if you're being real, but I can see how someone would be annoyed. I can see a female being annoyed, but it's just unreal that a male was annoyed with that, was annoyed, you know, and the things that they said. I was like, it's odd. That's more of a female trait. That's more of a female thing. Why would you say something like that about me? Do you want to be the center of attention? It's not like I'm the center of attention trying to be the center of attention. I just live life, you know. I live life, and I believe that God doesn't want you living life in despair. I believe that, you know, you shouldn't walk through this life feeling so miserable. I know people who walk through the life looking miserable, but they're really not. You know, it's just so that people would stop, wouldn't pick on them. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like, if God calls us to live life with joy, even when things are going wrong, then that's what I'm gonna do. If God tells me, be not afraid, then that's what I'm gonna do. Even if I feel just a little bit, you know, I feel, you know, questionable about whatever it is, God calls us to, one, be not afraid. If you trust in Him with all your heart, knowing that whatever you walk through in life, He'll get you through it. And not to live in despair. You know, I think that there's going to be points in your life where you're going to be depressed, but I don't think that you should stay there for too long. And I think people who go through depression, who experience traumatic events in their life, have a right to feel, you know, sad. They have a right to feel, you know, unhappy. But when you live in despair, it's like nothing around you will bring you joy. So there's a difference between someone being cautious and then someone actually living in despair. And I don't think God wants us to live in despair. I believe He wants us to live and walk through this life in faith, because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to shake you. I mean, for me, I'm going through my trial right now, knowing that someone came into my home and stole things. But the way they did it is not like a typical thief, you know. That's either one, they have a motive. Two, they definitely have a motive, but their motive could be a bunch of reasons. What they took, that seems like a petty thief, like an identity. They're stealing your identity. To me, I think there's a few things that could happen. You know, either one, this is a hate crime because they just want to tarnish my reputation. If it's a female, then probably a hate crime. Or maybe she's an immigrant. She doesn't want to go back to where she's from. But it could also be financial. You know, maybe they want definitely money. I mean, money drives people to do some insane things. And that's why God tells us not to covet. You know, coveting opens the doors for so many crimes or so many things that are evil in this world. I mean, for me, I look at something like that, I can feel pity, but I can also feel the need for justice. You know, I feel pity because, you know, it must be a very, very difficult situation for you to want to take someone else's identity. and maybe take out a loan or something like that because you need to, or because you just pretending to live a flashy life that you don't have. You know, when you pretend to live a flashy life that you don't have, to me, I think more of coveting. You're coveting somebody else's life, which is leading you to try and live the same life, and it really doesn't work out. You know, it doesn't, because there's only so much money in this world. After a while, and so many legal ways to make it. After a while, if all those legal ways fail, then most people resort to deviant ways, or sometimes the greed just gets the best of them. They already have money, they are financially stable, but you know, they get tempted to make more money by deviant means. You know, regardless of it, all falls down to coveting. What did you see that made you want to live that lifestyle? What did you see that made you feel that having more money and having more things would make you happy? You know, it's coveting the happiness of somebody else. But in this case, this person right here, I think it's probably more hate-based. It looks like a hate crime to me, because why would she steal my identity, bring my card back? So remember when I extended that branch out, that olive branch, just bring my card back? They brought it back. They brought it back. So, I mean, obviously you're watching, but obviously you're watching, or somebody that knows you or is watching, and I'm pretty sure you hit a lot of roadblocks, because bitch, I'm good at freaking causing that. It becomes entertainment. But anyways, I don't know what your objective is. If you're trying to tarnish my name, you know how many people tried. I got rumors on rumors about me, that, and none of them are true. None of them are true. People that know me know, oh, that's bullshit. I'll call bullshit. but if you're just trying to, if you're an immigrant and you don't want to go back to your home, girl, go back to your home before I catch you. Go back to your home before I catch you. Go back home before I catch you. If I catch you, you're gonna be in trouble. Part of me, I feel for you. I feel for you, because you know, you gotta resort to that. I don't know what your situation is. And part of me just want to smack the fuck out of you. Part of me just wants to smack the fuck out of this person. But another part of me is like, man, what the hell's going on in your life to make you want to do shit like this? I mean, regardless of if it's a hate crime, what the fuck is going on with you that makes you want to hate me so much? And then on another note, it's like, if it's an immigration problem, what the fuck, girl? Like, let me help you. Don't take my shit to fucking propose as me, bitch. I don't know, because you could be sleeping with 50 fucking men at the same time just to make ends meet, girl. And you, please don't do that to me. Don't tarnish my name like that. I love God. Your whatever the fucking hell you're doing, your actions is not just gonna tarnish me, but tarnish not just Christianity, but even Judaism, people who love God. Please don't do that. Please don't tarnish me, because you also tarnish, you know, them too. People who love God, just to make me look bad. If that is the case, I'm not saying that is the case, but you know, I'm a person who loves options, and this is one of them that I'm thinking about. If you're trying to tarnish my name, don't go fucking around with people and just trying to make me look like a whore, because I'm not. But at the same time, you're also tarnishing those who love God, because people know I love God. I really genuinely love God. I might swear here and there because that's just the passionate part of me coming out, but I genuinely love God, and I genuinely try to follow God's laws. So if you make me look like a bad person and make me look like a hypocrite, you're not only just making me look like a hypocrite, and you're not just making me look like a whore, you're making people who say they love God to look like that as well. So please stop. Don't do that. You don't have to butcher. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. My life's not perfect. It's not. It's not. I go through a lot of struggles that a lot of people don't know about. But when I do things with my whole heart. Maybe that's why I look so perfect. I don't know. I don't know what your problem is. Whether you're an immigrant trying to stay here, if I were you, I'd just go back home. Go back home and do everything the legal way. It's all about papers. Get a job here. If you're already here, you probably already have a fucking job. Come back on a visa. A job visa. But if you got an issue with me and you just hate me because somebody likes me, to tarnish my name knowing that I love God, and everybody knows that, you're not just making me look like a hypocrite. You're not just making me look bad. You're making every person that loves God and preaches God's word and preaches how much they love God look like hypocrites too. And all because of your issue, whatever it may fucking be. You know, sometimes anger and envy will blind your ass, where you make really bad choices just to destroy one person, but not knowing that you're not just destroying that one person, you're also destroying 1,000 other people too with that one person. You know, don't be so selfish. Speaking of selfish, let's come off of that topic. How is that the kiss cam and the two people having an affair? That was crazy funny. That was crazy real. But you know what? She's so lucky. His wife is lucky because she got confirmation. She has confirmation that her husband was having an affair. And it was right there. And not only did sister get confirmation, she also got witnesses to see that what happened. There's a lot of women out there who are married and their spouses be cheating on them. Not only just women, but men too. Their spouses are cheating on them, and they can tell in their heart. They know something is wrong. Something is wrong. They know that the connection is not stable. There's a bond that happened between you and your spouse. The day you get married, the day that you elope, and the day that you say I do. I don't care what anybody says. Marriage is a spiritual dynamic. It is a spiritual covenant. And the moment that you say I do, and the moment that you promise to love them forever, and the moment you say those promises, which is a covenant, you establish this covenant with that person that you're about to marry, your spouse. I don't go with that whole partner. No, your spouse. The moment you marry your spouse, and I know I'm a witness to this. I know I can testify to this because I know for a fact I was married. The moment that you say I do to your spouse, you have this bond, and you can feel it. This bond that is created between you the day that you get married or the day after you feel it. For me, it was the day after. I felt this bond that was created between he and I, where I knew when something was wrong. I knew when he was messing around. I knew where his mind was when we were sitting down and when we were talking. I knew when he fell in love again. I knew when he fell out of love. I knew when he was talking to me genuinely. I could feel it in my heart. I knew exactly. It's like your heart sink. Your heart sink. You're not talking to them. You're not talking to them just their physical being. You're talking to the spiritual. Their spirit, you're talking to their soul. I remember this one time, he and I were having like major issues, and the thing that my mom told me was this: you cannot, when you're talking to him, you have to hear his heart. You have to listen to his spirit. That's what you're not doing right now. And it was true, because at one point my mind was so clouded because there's so many things after one thing, after the next thing, after the next thing, that just went completely wrong. And I was like, my mind just went, I'm an overthinker. I think about 301 scenarios that could possibly happen, and the one that I point my finger on and I say that's it is usually the one that's it. So my mind would be racing about certain things, and I would just come to certain conclusions. And that's when my mom, when my mom told me, hey, you gotta listen and you gotta hear his heart, you gotta listen to his spirit. You're not, and then you'll find a peace and a balance. So you have that when you get married. The moment you say I do, and the moment you establish that covenant, then you feel it. You feel everything about them. You'll know everything before they even say it. And I'm pretty sure she felt it. She felt it. And you know the worst thing, I think the worst thing about having been married, and I've noticed this, and this is what stopped me from getting married again, is that when you get married or when you're in a relationship, everything that the Bible said about relationships is true. You'll yearn for his attention. That's what you'd want. You'll seek his attention. You'll seek his attention when you're married. You'll seek his attention when you're in the relationship. You're not going to get it the way that you expect it. You're not going to receive the attention that you develop in your mind, that you create in your mind. Even if he loves you, you'll never be content. And I've seen the worst of people come out, and even myself too. And that's one reason that stopped me from getting married again, is that I don't ever want to see that worst side of me come out. I don't ever want to see me getting upset at other females. I don't want to come to conclusions and put him on the hot seat about that. I hated the person I was when I was married. But I also think that there were also people who tried to cause our fights and our arguments. I think at my stage of life now, currently, I think I would be able to, be more observant and less reactive. But I was more reactive and still observant when I was married. And then after we got divorced, like, life calmed down for me. But I was on the flip side now. I was the one being accused by women who were married of having something to do with their husbands. And I was like, yo, I got the fuck out of shit because I didn't want to be you. I did not want to be you. I was you before. And so, like, I was very, 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 very understanding to married women who were silently accusing me of things I wasn't doing. I was them. I was them. I was that person. I was that female. I was that woman who was married and who had that in the back of her mind, that, oh, that girl, why did she look at you like that? Oh, why you like her? Or it's not comfortable. And you know what? In the end, I felt so bad for some of the females that I called out on. I felt so bad for that one chick at the store that I asked her, what the fuck? Why are you staring at him so hard? Can you, like, step aside? Yeah. But I wasn't, that crazy with the females. It's more so with him. Bro, what the hell's going on? It's just, he also had anxiety. So every time I would ask him what, boom, out of nowhere, he'd just be like, I'm not doing it. I just said, what? I was going to ask you, did you feel a certain way when this person did that? I didn't accuse you. But, I mean, he was married before me, too. So he had his anxieties from that. But it's a sucky feeling when you're in a relationship, let alone a marriage, and you feel like your spouse is cheating on you. It is, especially when you're trying to provide for the house, or you're trying to maintain the house, and you're trying to create a loving home, or if you have children. It's hard. It's not an easy thing. When they're cheating and you know it in your heart, every spouse has this. You have that in your heart that something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. There's somebody something is not right. It's not clicking. And then you see little red flags here and there. And, you know, some of you out there, you never get the closure. I was fortunate. I was fortunate. I got the closure. I seen it with my own eyes. And even if he denied it. Oh, I never told him I seen it with my own eyes. I just said, you know what? I think this is just not working. We're done. I'm not going to pursue the divorce. You're going to make you're going to get the attorney and you're going to proceed with the divorce. You're going to file, because I am not going to file for your mistake. And he kept saying, I never cheated. I was just like, fuck, seriously, stop it already. Stop it. I didn't want to tell him that I seen it, because the last time I told him I seen something weird, he told me my eyes was wrong. So, oh no, that's your eyes. You're just not seeing it right. That's wrong. Your eyes are lying to you. No, my eyes are not lying to me. So, I mean, I didn't tell him I seen him. Seen everything. I just told him, you're going to file the divorce. You're going to file the divorce. You're going to file for the divorce, because I'm done. We're not doing this no more. I'm not going to go through this no more with you. I'm done. And so he had to file the divorce, because he got another girl pregnant. Because he got her pregnant, he would have gotten caught. So he had to file for the divorce. So thank God for stupid actions. And then yeah. And the girl was nice. She was nice. Poor girl. I felt so bad for her, because I was thinking, man, if you only know what the fuck you're walking into, you would walk away. But that's not my place to tell you. So as long as you be nice to my kid, you and I are not gonna have problems. The moment my kid says you did something wrong, you and I gonna have plenty of problems. So it's crazy. It is hard. I can imagine how hard it would be if she had no proof. So as much as we want to say, oh, poor thing, you know, that's a poor thing. That's hard to go through. But it will be even harder if she never found out. Living a life with someone, knowing in your heart that they're connected to someone else, but having to wake up every morning, kiss them, make the house, cook dinner for them, clean their clothes or whatever. I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm traditional. Wash their clothes and shit. It's hard knowing that something is wrong, but still having to live that life as if nothing is wrong. Asking them and they lie to you. It's harder. It's way harder than actually seeing the person cheat. Once you see it, you confirm, you can leave. Or you can say, this is the life that I want to stay with. I want to stay with that person that cheated for the rest of my life. You know, you have an option. I think the one thing that hurts more would be feeling it and not knowing it. That hurts more. Because you live a life on eggshells, not knowing when they're going to walk through that door and say, hey, you know what? I fell in love with someone else. Here's the divorce papers. And you're not prepared. That's worse. That's worse. So people today, they're trying to go back to traditional style, right? Traditional style where the man works, he makes the money, and the woman stays home, right? Beautiful. It's a beautiful love story. But with society today and how promiscuous men can be and women can be, I don't think that's that's not a good idea. I think for me personally, through experience, I think that you need to be able to make your own money. You shouldn't just, rely on one income source. Don't ever do that. Speaking from experience, we had 3 separations. The first separation, I lived that traditional life. Why? Because my mom stayed home to raise all her children until we were all in elementary school, and and she didn't have to stay home. Then she got a job, But my dad, he was a provider, the sole provider of the family. And he made sure that my mom was able to stay home so that she could raise us while until we were able to go to school. I think my brother was in the 3rd grade or 4th or 5th grade by the time that happened. Or were we in intermediate? I can't remember, but I know we were much older. And men back then, they were faithful and loyal to their family. They were not just faithful to their wife, they were faithful to their family, raising their children. Men today and women today, it's very questionable. They're not loyal to their family. They're not loyal to the children that they raised. They're not loyal to their kids. They'll abandon their kids. So it's probably best that both have a job. Probably best that both have a job. During that process, when you're raising your child, go part-time. For me, the first separation, I stayed home. I went back to work because he wouldn't work. So I had to go back to the hospital and work much sooner than I wanted to. And then I went to complete my schooling at college because I thought, okay, if I get my PhD, then when I go back to work, we'll have a bigger income. And if he wants to stay home, he can stay home. I don't give a fuck, as long as I'm making enough where the bills will be paid. And then that changed because, like I said, I decided to switch to psychology. But through that time, it was a struggle, especially the first separation, when I thought he was cheating. The first, and he was. My nephews told me later on what he did. And he had the audacity to do that in front of my nephews. He, at my job, where he was trying to hook up with the nurses at my job. He did it in front of my nephews. My nephews were young. They were like, 5, 6, when he would come pick me up. Because my family, they were very trusting, right? Because that's Hawaiian style. Not knowing that he was like that. Wow. So that was when I went back to school. So I was a student when we had our first separation. That was one of the reasons why I went back to school. I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna be a fucking doctor instead. Fuck this. But I think either goal, it was, and it was a struggle when I was at school. When I was going to college and we had our first separation, that was a damn struggle because I had to deal with the fact that my marriage was failed. I had to deal with, oh shit, I'm such a chubby little. I'm about the same size that I am right now when we separated. So I'm chubby, and I lost the weight really fast because my go-to was running. I would take my daughter, put her inside in her carriage, and I would run, and then take her to the park. So I lost the weight fast. It was very taxing and emotionally taxing. And then I had to think about, okay, income. I was so fortunate because I had my parents. My parents were the ones that I leaned on, so they helped me out with whatever they could. But it was my responsibility to get myself up and figure things out. And I did. But I was raising my daughter while he was gallivanting, having fun. And then the second time we got back, I left him because I was tired of the crap. And then his mom tried to get my mom to force me to go back to them. And my mom was like, hey, wait a minute, no, we have to stay out of their business. That's their business. And then the third time and the fourth time, that was it. That was it. I said, no, screw this. Nope. Nope, this is done. I actually seen you. I caught you. I seen you. I seen you. I seen you guys both. We're done. File for the divorce. You're going to file for it, not me. I didn't do anything wrong. You did. You can say whatever fuck you want. I don't care. And I went through a lot. Oh, I went through a lot. I went through so much rumors. I went through false accusations. I had it. I had everything. Everything was thrown at me. The whole fucking book. The made up stories about my personality, my character, the calling CPS for bullshit lies. They for things that never even happened. I went through every single freaking attack that you can think of. I went through all of it. I went through every single one of those things, and I'll tell you what, the one person that got me through that was God. So, this is taking a little longer than expected. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Love, peace, and aloha. Hey, sister who caught her husband, you caught him. Now you can move on. Lucky.